Sean Hubbard's name, face, and likeness should be on the list named Barred for Life on the desk of every independent wrestling promoter in the state of Illinois. I don't know if that's something we all can agree on, though. To those same promoters, for life is merely just a 20-year-old catchphrase that still provides enough financial and entertainment leverage in 2017. So too do the people responsible for those catchphrases, even through mental disorders, addictions, relapses, public and press scrutiny. Right, Hogan and Hall? Of course, the Sean Hubbard I'm referring to is known in the Illinois wrestling scene as Sadistic Sean David, a co-host of his own weekly internet wrestling podcast and one of the principal dignitaries involved with the Rebellious Wrestling Federation promotion. Last Saturday in Princeton was to have been RWF's Wrestle Wars 3, a show where the proceeds were to benefit little Piper Stapleton, who has been battling Cohen's syndrome, cerebral palsy, and microcephaly. The show is canceled midweek, quote, due to circumstances beyond their control. Sadistic doesn't even begin to describe the real reasons behind that cancellation. His radio co-host and RWF associate Steve Kane addressed the issue in the first 30 minutes of last week's PWR Slam program, saying that the family of Piper Stapleton had not received any of the money that was to go to them. That out of thousands of dollars already raised for the show, not including general operation fees and fees to rent the venue, all that was left in the total account as of a week from last Tuesday night was $30. And for ticket sales, according to Steve Kane, he found out that 260 tickets were needed to be sold in order to make a balance on some of those fees. The day Wrestle Wars 3 was canceled, only 10 tickets were sold. General admission starting at roughly $8 a pop, $5 for kids. As I found out last Saturday from the wife of one of the scheduled participants in Wrestle Wars 3, plenty of money was thrown around for advertising on the cable companies and on the highest rated radio station in the Illinois Valley. She claims at least $1,600 were spent for 30-second TV commercials. Also, at least $300 was spent on creating a special championship belt that was to be given to baby Piper's family as a token of appreciation and gratitude. Much of the money spent, the belt, the venue fees, was subsequently pocketed and stolen by Mr. Hubbard. Even those who purchased tickets could not all be reimbursed. You can't swap a lack of compassion for a lack of business acumen. In the complex and competitive world of independent wrestling, there is still a huge gap, but a fine line, between what's best for business and what is soup for the soul. As average Joes and Josies are never going to be looking into the crap sandwich of financial liability and backstage drama, I can maybe add a tidbit myself as to why the ticket sales sucked wind. Last year, before Revolution Wrestling ceased operations in Streator and beyond, some RevDub fans said in passing conversation with a few of the wrestlers that they wouldn't pay even the bare minimum of $5 or even $3 to watch us. Make arguments about the in-ring quality, the dysfunctional morale of our roster, our reputation within Illinois, and that it's not a successful long-term corporate model to perform at a loss in a recreational facility that you assumed control of the creative and business aspects. Those were all Bible truth. I'd say we made a mistake not going the route of PBS and making fundraising efforts ourselves to buy a better ring and build a better product. But it was never an open concern to make money from Revolution. Safe Haven made a profit from concessions and refreshments. We retained a loyal following, even though fans never paid to see a show, wouldn't pay to see a show, and even when attending crowds didn't reach the remarkable highs we got when we booked Maria Kanellis or Paul London, or if it was Streeter's cruise night. We thrived and survived on flyers around town, YouTube, Facebook, and word of mouth. This was every other week in 2015. 2 times in 2016 did Revolution make an appearance outside of Safe Haven. One of those times was at Catchwan Lake for a birthday party. For no charge. We made no buck from other people's support unless they were willing to make a donation. I myself gave $20 out of my own pocket to a fan for being the honorary 1000th Facebook like to Revolution's page. I didn't have a better gift nearby, and the strawberry crumb cake I had bought earlier in the morning was my donation to our own cause. A cause that afternoon that was our main event called Fans Bring the Weapons. Of course, there is still the gray area between what's best for business and what is soup for the soul. There is no contest between free wrestling for the sake of an afternoon of entertainment and charitable wrestling for the sake of a good moral deed. In this world, usually morals be damned more often than not. But there are some isolated real-life situations where that gray area can put business in the black and the soul in the white if the cause worth fighting for is bigger than the guy you fight against. I dare say that theory was subscribed to by everybody who performed last Saturday in Lincoln, under the Midwest Impact Pro umbrella, in front of at least 40 people, $5 a ticket, plus raffles, plus over $240 in chops for dollars, in the intimate atmosphere of the School of Smothers. Piper Stapleton's dad and other relatives were amongst that crowd. All the money raised went to them. I also dare say those who performed or watched in Lincoln, and would have performed or watched in Princeton, would have wanted it that way. Isn't that something we can agree on?